In a remote mountain village shrouded in mist, the locals avoided even whispering the name, the Valley of Mirage. Those who entered it never returned. Salim, a researcher obsessed with supernatural phenomena, arrived just before dusk. He had heard the stories and came searching for truth, or perhaps proof. That night, Salim knocked on the old woman's door and asked about the valley. Her wrinkled hands trembled as she lit a small candle. "That place is no valley," she whispered. "It's a gate. And those who cross it never come back the same." She handed him a black bead on a frayed string. "Greater than if you hear..." At midnight, Salim began his journey down the rocky path that led to the Valley of Mirage. The fog grew thicker, the air heavier, and faint whispers began to echo all around him. The path ended at a wide chasm filled with swirling mist. Carved into the rocks were symbols that pulsed with blue light, and the air buzzed like static. When Salim touched one of the glowing symbols, the ground beneath him shook violently. The rocks began to twist and spin in a circle, forming a vortex of darkness. He tried to step back, but his body wouldn't move. Then, from within the vortex, a face began to form. It was his own. When he woke, Salim was no longer in his world. The sky was pitch black with no stars. The ground beneath him was glassy, reflecting his shape, but not his movement. Silent figures drifted through the fear, their bodies flickering between human and monstrous forms. One approached, its eyes burning white. "At last," it whispered, "the blood of the pact has returned." They brought him to a vast hall of glass and bone. On a throne made of obsidian and fire sat the king of the jinn, his face half human, half flame. "The Ancient Pact was never completed, son of Adam," the king rumbled. "Greater than your blood carries the key." From the wall of light behind him, an image appeared. The king presented Salim with the golden ring. As he slipped it onto his finger, whispers filled the air. Screams, laughter, weeping. Flashes of faces, fire, and blood overwhelmed his vision. He tried to remove the ring, but it melted into his skin. "Greater than the pact is complete," said the king. Salim awoke at dawn on the edge of the valley. The black bead lay beside him, cracked and burned. The golden ring was still on his finger, warm to the touch. He staggered back to the village, but the old woman's hut was empty and covered in dust, as if abandoned for years. In the cracked glass of her window, he saw his reflection, and the